everybody, welcome back to the 310 table. It has been quite a little while since we had an episode for you. This time of year, schedules get crazy for most of us, and the weather doesn't cooperate on the weekends. We get into these patterns where we have pretty all week, not so good all weekend, and to that end, I have taken a Tuesday off because I'm tired of not being able to fly. Where are we going today?
Corinth, Mississippi, to Borroum's drugstore and soda fountain. Originally established just after the Civil War. Dr. A.J. Borroum had been released from a northern prison camp and mustered out of the Southern Army, and he was riding on horseback going back home. He stopped in Corinth to visit an acquaintance of his, an old friend, and Dr. Young convinced Dr. Borroum to stay in Corinth and practice. So he did. He opened the pharmacy, and it has been in continuous operation since then. So it is the oldest continuous operation pharmacy in Mississippi. His great-granddaughter and his great-great-grandson currently run it.
Yeah, I think it's the oldest one in the country that has been continuously owned and operated by the same family. But what we're going there today for is to eat. They have a soda fountain and a lunch counter. I think it was based on the photos, which we'll put in the description link so you can read more about it. But based on the photos, I think it went in, in the 40s maybe? The soda fountain and
20s.
the lunch counters? 20s? Okay.
20s. Mm-hmm.
So I'm off by 20 years, no big deal. But anyway, it's just sort of a old-fashioned lunch stop. A little bit more than a $100 hamburger. It looks like they've got quite a bit of things on their menu, so I don't know what I'm going to order yet. But we've got our pre-flight done.
Yep.
So,
looking forward to seeing the museum section too.
So let's get the airplane out and take you on a ride. everybody. Stop yelling in the mic. We've had a good time here in Corinth, Mississippi. Great little airport, and we're sitting here about to do the run-up, and we'll catch you guys back at the 310 table at home. Hey everybody, we're back here at the 310 table, back from Corinth, Mississippi. A little bit later than we thought, so we're in the hangar, doors closed. It's dark, it's 5 o'clock, it's not late, but later than we thought. But it was a good trip. It was pretty straightforward getting up there, and you know, we got there and FBO was really nice. The guy that's manning the FBO came out, talked to us for a bit, put chocks under it for us. Would have filled the plane for us, but we went on and got the rental car, or not the rental car, but courtesy car. Middle of the week, what can I say? Got the courtesy car and drove on into town, and there was considerably more there than we thought there would be. As a result, this is probably not going to be our last trip to Corinth, Mississippi.
Hope not.
But we did have a little bit of a delay in the sense that we got there and this restaurant doesn't take credit. And fundamentally, I'm okay with that. You know, everything's going to charge. It's getting harder and harder to deal with cash. But it took a bit of a delay, and to the point, apparently there's only one ATM in the whole town, and we had to find it. Wasn't a big deal. Just want everybody to know right up front, yes, this is a place you need to go to. Yes, it's worth your time. Yes, you need to have cash in your pocket when you get there. Don't be expecting to use American Express, Diners Club, or any of the other 500 cards that are available to you now. But on to it, the FBO. Really historical, neat place. A lot of photos. We tried to show you around it a little bit. It is named after Roscoe Turner, the great air racer from the 30s who had the pet lion. You guys look him up, or we'll put a link in the bottom so you can see more about him. But he's from Corinth, Mississippi, so they renamed the airport for him. Had a nice little historical thing on the wall. What else can we say about the FBO?
Very clean, great facilities, lots of places to plug in and charge your devices, nice pilot lounge, big bathrooms, very friendly people.
Very friendly, yeah. And it definitely is a place you can just leave your stuff plugged in while you go eat. So that's a plus. Some FBOs aren't quite that connected or wired, I should say.
Or safe.
Or safe. But we did drive on into town. Rental car, keep saying rental car, courtesy car, was a Kia. It was a nice car, was fairly new. Wasn't like the old police clunkers that we often get. We drove on into town. Again, went on the find the ATM quest. But then we did circle the courthouse a little bit. They've got a really nice Christmas decoration situation going on, like a lot of towns that are smaller. It just seems kind of, after the early 90s, the malls, the towns, everything just depressing now. It's like how McDonald's went from a happy place for children to some gray, downtrodden, middle-aged depression, you know. We like going to the small towns because they still celebrate and they still put out, you know, they put out Christmas trees and menorahs and, you know, they put out lights and then they have a good time with it. Went on into the restaurant, and as the name would suggest, it was an old drugstore. Yep. So, you want to talk about that a little bit?
It was really cool. You walk in and the counter is immediately on your right and runs most of the length of the drugstore. And then they have little 40s, 50s style seating, some booths, some tables, in the window and all the way down the left. And then there's the actual drugstore section itself in the very back. Behind the tables there, and at the back on the right behind the bars, there is I can't talk tonight either. It's okay. Memorabilia cases and like history all along the walls up to the ceiling. Really, really cool.
Yeah, the place is, as we said a little bit earlier, it was actually established in 1865, right after the War of Northern Aggression, and it's been in operation ever since. So gonna probably, you know, go back there. I got the chicken salad sandwich on rye. Elected to get that because they said it was their local kind of family recipe. I'm always interested to see how other people do things. And it was really pretty good. I'm going to go an 8 on mine. The fries, I got side French fries, crinkle cut, and I'm going to go a 10. Those probably best French fries I've had in a long time.
They were perfect.
So you got the cheeseburger?
I had cheeseburger. I added bacon because, hey, I'm a bacon girl. And it was really good, very flavorful. It was slippery, so you have to like really work to hold everything together. But the balance was pretty good. And I also got the fries. I got a chocolate malted milkshake, which was delicious.
I got the traditional root beer float.
Words are hard
it was quite good. You know, that's one of our staples at Oshkosh is the root beer float, and I kind of measure everything against that particular root beer float, even though it's just this basic A&W root beer float at Oshkosh. It's at Oshkosh. It's like a hot dog at a ballpark. It's just better. This one was as good, if not a little better. The ice cream, it was almost a milkshake. They put so much ice cream in it. But I mean that in a positive way. So in the future, like we always say, if you're flying through that area, if you're easily diverting to that area or flying overhead, stop in. It's a great airport. It's a great FBO, and hopefully in the future we're going to bring you even more places to eat there.
Yep. Solid 8 from both of us. Fries,
yeah, solid 8.
Fries and drinks, solid 10s.
Solid 10s.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't see it back there, but the field identifier, which we failed to mention before, is CRX. And I had to look. For some reason, I just keep thinking about Honda cars from the 80s. I can't quite get that in my head, the CRX. But KCRX, anyway, until next time, and hopefully it won't be months like it has been this time, fly often and fly safe.